Here's part 2 of the video that I did earlier. So if you're on Facebook, look for the first part. If you are watching this on YouTube, it's part 2 of my response to a client's questions. So we're talking about Wendy and Bob, who've just recently separated. Wendy's looking for a house, by the way, this is not their real names, and she's wondering why it's taking her so long. She then goes on to talk about her resentment of the fact that things always seem to turn out for Bob. He always seems to get what he wants, things seem to be quite easy for him, and the reason why this is really annoying her in this circumstance is because she says, he did the wrong thing and I have to go through the struggle. So applying the law of attraction to this, in seeking why things aren't working out for Wendy, ideally, we see everybody in their highest light, and that is confident and competent. However, she's kind of seeing him as being really competent in creating what he wants in a resentful way. What that's actually doing is it's actually keeping from her the very same thing. It's keeping from her what she wants. I've spoken about this before, in that we can't create from a place of envy or resentment in seeing in somebody else what we actually desire for ourselves. Gives a very clear message to the universe that we actually don't want that thing. Because remember, there's no one listening. There is a source energy that feels into what you're feeling, that responds to your feelings and the frequency of the vibration that you're giving off. Now, if you see somebody, in this case, Wendy's seeing things go easily for Bob, she resents it. That's kind of negative emotions. Fear, there's fear around that. There's all sorts of things around that. The universe recognizes these things are not things that make Wendy feel good. Let's keep them from her. Let me give you the example of somebody who is wanting to be in a relationship, and every time they see loving couples, every time they see people get married, anything to do with relationships, they get upset or they get resentful. Firstly, you're under a very misguided illusion that there's only a certain amount of that, and somebody having some of it is actually taking some away from you. Like there's only a set amount of relationships that can occur at any one time, and that person being in a relationship in some weird, strange way is keeping you from being in a relationship. But the other thing that you're doing is the universe is just reading. How does this person feel when this circumstance comes into her environment? Well, she feels sad, she rejects it, she pushes it away, she feels resentment. So the universe, without any judgment, without anybody listening and realizing she doesn't really mean it, it's because she wants it so much that it upsets her so much, just takes that experience away from you. And in that sense, Wendy, by being resentful at seeing it already work out for Bob in a way that she wished it was working out for her, is actually keeping the very thing away from her that she was wanting to attract. So I hope that that example helps. Please feel free to email me or inbox me if you want the law of attraction applied to more examples. As I've said, you really only learn it in the application. All right, hope that helps many of you, and in particular, wishing much love to both Wendy and Bob. Bye.